Hi, my name is Katie and I work here at the Cayuga Nature Center. Today we're going to talk a little bit about watching birds in the winter and some of the ways that we can record our observations. At the end, I'm going to show you all a small craft that you can do at home to make an ice winter bird feeder. First, we're going to want to make sure that we have a way to identify the birds that we're seeing. My favorite is the guide on the right. It's the field guide to the Cayuga Lake Basin. That's the one that CNC puts out, and it has all of the commonly seen flora and fauna from the Cayuga Lake Basin region. You can also get something a little bit broader, such as the Audubon Guide, or I have a Birds of North America guide as well. If you don't have any of these guides and don't want to add another book to your bookshelf, eBird from Cornell Lab of Ornithology is a great online resource that really helps you narrow down birds as well. Next, you're going to want to make sure that you have a way to observe your recordings. This is the way that I usually observe. That's just writing it down in my own personal notebook. I put the date, the time, the place, weather, and then the observation underneath. You can also record your observations with an online tool such as iNaturalist or eBird. Up next, let's talk about feeders. For a couple of examples, I'm showing you my bird feeders at my home. I have two different feeders. One is the suet feeder, which is in the cage. That's a store-bought combination of peanuts, various bird seeds, and proteins. And then in the other feeder, I have some sunflower seed. This is going to be favored by the blue jays that I have living around here and the black-capped chickadees. The suet is primarily for the woodpeckers that I have. We have hairy, downy, and red-bellied woodpeckers here. You can also see that the bird feeder location is visible from my desk right here, which is really nice when working from home. And I've got these little construction paper birds that I made and just taped onto the window. This really helps the birds, the wild birds, see that that is indeed a window because they see those shadows, and they're less likely to be confused and fly into that window. So it's a really great thing that you can do at home as well, with just a little bit of construction paper. Providing bird feeders can be a reliable source of food in the winter for birds. It's always important, though, to think about where you're placing your feeder and making sure that you keep pets such as your house cats indoors so that they're not preying upon local bird populations. And lastly, I'd like to show you all how to make your own bird feeders. Alright, so I've got all of my stuff together here to make an ice bird feeder. So the things that I'm using are a silicone mold. You could also use a larger ice tray. Something a little bit bigger than a normal ice cube tray is going to be what you're looking for. I have some water, bird seed, I'm just using sunflower, and some fruit that I had in the fridge. The last thing that I'm going to need is a little bit of twine or anything of a natural material, so if it does blow away by accident, it's not plastic that's going out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the fruit and stick it into the mold. I've just got some blueberries and some apple because that's what I had in the fridge. But you could use pretty much any fruit that you wanted. You could make a fun shape if you wanted to, but obviously it doesn't matter. Anything that looks fun. And then after I got the fruit, I'm just going to put in the seed. I took it out of the bag first to avoid mess, but clearly it's still a little bit messy. And you can use as much seed as you want. I like to use a lot in mine, just to make sure that there's plenty of food in there. And then the last thing that you do before you put the water in is make sure that you have that that rope or that material to make the small little hook that you're going to hang it off of. So you can just put that in there. If you wanted to put that in first and layer the fruit on top, you could also do that. Whatever works. The big thing is you're just going to want to make sure that it's covered by the ice so that it really sticks into the mold. Then you're going to take your water and just pour that in. You can see that I have that rope sticking out, so I'm just going to bring that down a little bit. Maybe even put an apple over top to help keep it down in there. If all the fruit and seed isn't covered, that's okay, as long as some of it is, because it'll attach to that, that water when it turns into ice. And so the last step is to put this outside overnight, or if you have room in your freezer, you can put it there as well. And then just make sure that it freezes totally solid before you bring it out, and then you can put it out and hang it for birds to eat. There are some species that won't want to work through the ice to get there. That's okay. A lot of times we have warmer weather where it'll melt and then they can eat the leftovers, or other species will drop some of the food when they're working on the bird feeder as well. So this is our bird feeder, and I'll show you once it's all frozen in a little bit. Alright, so now that it has sat in the freezer or overnight outside, we can go ahead, peel back that silicone mold, and we have our bird feeder. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I hope that you enjoy some of these crafts at home, as well as watching some birds over this winter.